Hello there, my beautiful Pisces, and welcome. This is your Aries full moon reading that we are having today, October 6th to the 7th. Keep in mind that time is fluid, Pisces. This is your channel. And check your birth chart to see where you have any Aries or first house energy, to see how this full moon that is also a super moon will be influencing you on an individual level. So this full moon is in Aries, so there definitely could be some things that are peaking for you around this time. Aries will rule the energy of having courage and bravery, and specifically with this full moon, Pisces, there is a strong magnitude of speaking up about certain things, speaking up for yourself, speaking up on certain things that maybe you've been holding back. So let's see, your number for the full moon is 6, and this is the day it's happening on, with I am nurturing. Your heart is your gift. You are a natural born nurturer and have a great talent for helping and healing others. You are the epitome of self-sacrifice and a protector of those you love. All right, Pisces, some of you could have been born on the number 6, not on the number 6, on the 6th. Doesn't have to be, it's just the energy, but really aligned that this is for the full moon in Aries that is happening on the 6th to the 7th, and that you are receiving that number. So Pisces, with the affirmation of I am nurturing, I feel like with the type of full moon that we are having right now, I feel like for some of you Pisces, you may find yourself in a position of figuring out who deserves your heart, who deserves your nurturing, and who necessarily doesn't. Let's see, your fortune is luck, card number 19. You are right to be strong and optimistic about the opportunities ahead. All right, so this full moon in Aries is going to bring you a stroke of luck here. There is symbolism of the 4-leaf clover, so some of you may see a sign, symbol of this energy around this time, but this is a pretty good energy to receive here, especially with the intensity of a super moon. Sometimes emotions could be heightened around this time, so you may be feeling that way about something, and I feel like with you receiving the fortune of luck, there is going to be something that makes you feel very lucky and very favorable around this time, and there are pretty positive opportunities coming your way from the blessing of this full moon. So pay attention to what could be coming your way around this time. But with I am nurturing being your affirmation, I really do feel like for a lot of you Pisces, the last sentence there really stood out for me of being the epitome of self-sacrifice. And I could just hear in my head like not wanting to do that anymore. So I feel like you are trying to figure out a way to nurture yourself and other people or relationships around you without sacrificing yourself. So let's see what moon card you have, Pisces. And you have worked through your fears with the new moon in Scorpio, as well as what do you need to release with the waning moon. All right, so Pisces, this is a double dose of releasing certain fears. So some of you may have had certain fears around saying something, around speaking up for yourself, maybe fearful that you were going to ruffle some feathers, or that you feel like possibly if you say certain things or stop sacrificing yourself in certain ways, that maybe certain people wouldn't be as interested or be that open to you. And I feel like this full moon is really going to help you release fears that are no longer serving you in speaking up for yourself and putting yourself first. So let's put this card right here, actually, and see what we got going on here. So whatever is holding you back, fear of loss, fear of conflict, fear of challenge, I feel like that is going to be attempted to be released around this time, because I feel like for a lot of you Pisces, there could have been something or someone that you were nurturing that was making you feel taken advantage of. And some of you have had a fear of speaking up about that or putting that out there. Let's see. Your overall energy for this full moon in Aries is the Tower. Yeah. So I feel like for some of you Pisces, you're like, hey, if me speaking up causes a destruction, then that's my answer. In whatever way, shape, and form. What's coming your way for the full moon in Aries is the Eight of Wands. So some type of conversation, some type of expansion, could also be some travel, some movement for you. What is influencing your energy is the World. So completion to cycles, closing things out. What's unexpectedly coming your way that you do not see is the Four of Cups. Your advice is the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this is what this new moon in Scorpio card is asking you to release. Some type of stress, some type of overthinking. So something is causing you to overthink here. And I feel like it is an overthought about your care, about your heart. And your outcome is the Seven of Cups. So it looks like a lot of you Pisces are going to decide if you want to... I don't know why I feel the need to say this, but some of you are kind of like, hey, look, if me saying something, it's like, for example, it doesn't even have to be that it's love. It could be a friend. It could be a family member. But for some area of your life here, with the Four of Cups of what's unexpectedly coming your way, I do feel like there could be some dissatisfaction. You're dissatisfied about something. And I feel like a part of you with the Eight of Wands, there is some type of conversation that will happen for you around this time. And I feel like you are going to be speaking up about something. And with the Tower being the overall energy, I kind of feel like you are releasing the fear of an ending. You're like, well, if me speaking up for myself causes an argument or causes a conflict or causes a challenge or causes an ending, then you probably weren't a good person for me anyways. So let's see here, Pisces. Let's clarify this whole thing before I continue on, because it looks like your influence is the World. You're ready to end things. You're ready to complete cycles that you don't feel like are serving you. And with the Seven of Cups as your outcome, you are going to be sitting in a decision-making process here. So on the Tower with the overall energy, we have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. You're like, if I lose it, I lose it. You're not fearful of losing something anymore. Because whatever you had or whatever type of energy you were in, it wasn't really doing anything for you anyway. So your overall energy is, I don't know, Pisces is like, hey, if it goes, it goes. I don't care. On the Eight of Wands as what's coming your way, we have the Four of Wands. So conversation about a connection, possibly a conversation about the stability, the security of a connection, the reliability of another person. There is going to be a conversation that could bring completion to an energy where things could get better for you here, Pisces. Some of you, this has to do with somebody that you're in a relationship with or have a strong bond with in general. Your influence with the World to the Ace of Swords. Yeah. So you are wanting to speak up about something here, Pisces. With the World to the Ace of Swords, your energy is ready for a new cycle. And if that new cycle involves this person or this situation in your life, then sure. If it doesn't, then I feel like you're kind of okay about that as well. Because your overall energy is not really caring what you lose at this moment. You're like, it's not doing anything good for me anyway, so what's it matter? You know, what's that quote Leonardo DiCaprio said during the Titanic? When he was gambling to go onto the Titanic, he said, when you got nothing, you have nothing to lose. And I feel like this is a situation here where you don't really feel like you have much. So you're like, what does it matter anyway? On the Four of Cups as your unexpected energy, we do have the Magician to the Two of Cups. So it might be unexpected that this person attempts to try to keep this connection and not lose it. Some of you may have felt like, well, extremely dissatisfied or extremely in the position of not really feeling like you were getting what you wanted, so you didn't really expect maybe an attempt by this individual. And for example, if this doesn't have to do with a person and this has to do with a situation, like for example, you say to your boss, like, hey, look, if I don't get more money, I got to go from here. And they're like, all right, Pisces, how about this? There could be a negotiation that's attempted here. So you don't fully abandon a situation or abandon a person, but you don't look like you really care. I feel like that could be the fear that you're working through. You're like, well, if you're not going to give me what I want, then what's the point of staying here? 9 of Swords with your advice to the 5 of Cups. So your advice is to turn around your energy, not stress it out. It definitely looks like something has disappointed you and caused you to overthink. And with the 8 of Cups and the 8 of Wands, yeah, walking away could be your best bet here. You have 888. The number 8 could be significant to this energy. It doesn't have to be. But I feel like for a lot of you Pisces, there is an attempt of walking away from something here for this full moon in Aries. And your outcome with the 7 of Cups, to the 8 of Pentacles, another number 8, to the Ace of Wands, and the King of Swords. Yeah. So I feel like some of you, you know, the Ace of Wands here, that fire energy, this is an Aries full moon. This Aries full moon may be lighting a fire under you and saying like, hey, Pisces, are we really going to continuously deal with this? Are we really going to continuously settle for this? Are we going to cut things off? Or are we going to make things happen? So something lit a fire under you. Somebody dissatisfied or not gave you what you wanted for too long of a time. Possibly there was something that was said with your 8 of Wands coming in twice, double communication card. But there is an emphasis on a talk here. A talk where it looks like you could be like putting your foot down or significantly, possibly giving an ultimatum. Like saying like, hey, if you don't pay me this amount, I gotta go. If you can't give this to this connection, then I gotta go. If you can't be reliable in this way, shape, and form, then I gotta go. Because your overall energy doesn't care anymore. You're like, well, at least if it leaves, I set myself up for something better. And that's what your advice is too. So some of you, you may have had to do this to get the energy to change if the situation stays. Or some of you had to do this to get out of it so you can find better energies, better opportunities, better people. I want to clarify your overall energy one more time with the Tower and the 5 of Pentacles to the 6 of Cups. Yeah, there definitely could be an attempt of negotiation here where you try to leave and something or someone tries to get you to stay. And I feel like you're releasing the fear around leaving. You're like, you know what? I was scared to go before. I thought nothing was going to ever be out there for me. Or I thought I would never find a better job or a better friend or a better lover. But something's got to give. Something's got to be better than this. And I feel like you doing that could cause this energy to want to give more. And where they were lacking or how the situation was lacking for you. And I don't know, Pisces, I'm always going to say this. You're a mutable sign. You're a dual sign. And we have the King of Swords here in your outcome. So something caused you to not care anymore. And I feel like that's exactly why you have the affirmation of I am nurturing, because you are giving your nurturing energy back to yourself. And it may also be in connection to you removing your nurturing energy from a relationship or situation. You have a lot of the number 8 here. So pay attention to the number 8s. You may see them on license plates, billboards, social media during this time of the Aries full moon. You also have the number 6 and the number 19. But damn, Pisces, I don't know what happened here or what the details are exactly, but you ain't playing around. You are not playing around. As you should not. And that Aries energy is going to help you do it. You know, Pisces, you are the zodiac sign that comes before Aries in the wheel, like in our season. So you are very close to Aries energy, especially if you're born in the last decan of Pisces. So if you're born like March 10th to the end of Pisces season, you are closer to Aries energy. So you may be feeling this vibration and you're like, you know what? I've been waiting for this courage. I've been waiting for this sense of bravery. And sometimes things have to piss you off for you to change things. So some of you, this situation just had to get to this moment for you to say, not happening. So in terms of zodiac signs in your spread that could be around you or in your chart, you do have Scorpio. You do also have Gemini, Aries, and Virgo. So let's see your ending oracle here. Your power position, Pisces, is the map maker of destiny. Card 24, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. Yep. This feels pretty free willing. It does. All right. So if anybody has ever wondered like what's destiny and what's fate, this card is going to give you what it is. And even crazier is that the number of this card in the book is 67, and this full moon is from the 6th to the 7th. When the map maker of destiny appears, it's a sign that you're being given an opportunity to transform fate into destiny. At birth, each human being is given a unique map with myriad paths that intersect with one another. Your map of destiny shows all the places you're meant to visit, places where you'll be challenged to evolve into the highest aspects of self. Remember that you're a spark of the divine come to earth to experience itself in human form. As such, your path is unique. It's also somewhat preordained, and fate represents the events in your life that were meant to happen that you cannot change. Fate is transformed into destiny according to how you respond to your circumstances. Destiny offers you the ability to make great opportunities out of a fated experience, so free will and choice are possible at certain points on your map. Now is one of those times, which is crazy because your outcome, 7 of Cups, choices. You're faced with a relationship or circumstance brought to you by fate. How you respond will lead you into your perfect destiny. Your ally may assume the form of a soulmate, come to heal your heart and be your companion, or perhaps a challenger makes you face the things within you that you must change in order to express your highest good. Maybe fate brings you an ally in the form of a wonderful new project or a challenger in the form of a failed business or job. No matter which form they take, all are perfect expressions of fate inviting you into your destiny. Pay attention as your map unfolds now, and remember that fate makes the map, but destiny is determined by the manner in which you engage your journey. Yeah, so this is an important energy. Whenever that card comes out as an ending oracle, this is an urgent message. It just all of a sudden became more urgent than it was before. So I feel like for a lot of you Pisces, it's going to be very important for you to process, to come decision making. You know, sometimes Aries could bring impulsiveness. So sitting with yourself and processing what could be best for you is going to be very beneficial. But I honestly don't feel like it is something necessarily where that needs to scare you, right? Where you're like, oh, great, free will. So if I make a choice like this, it's going to alter my destiny there. Da, 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 da. Every choice we make every day will alter our destiny. So I feel like for a lot of you Pisces, standing up for yourself in this position does require you to release fear, but it also may set you up for better things, because possibly you holding things to yourself is being inauthentic. It's not actually saying how you feel. So sitting in your authenticity is your highest form of vibration. So if you have been holding your tongue, biting your tongue, not saying this, not saying that, beating around the bush here, you're technically not living at your highest vibration of authenticity. So what do you authentically feel about this? Because it doesn't really look that great. And the more you just let it happen, the more you're just not aligning with how you should be feeling. And the map maker of destiny giving you this energy of, that's what you're telling the universe, like, yeah, sure, I like this. When in all actuality, you may not actually like it. But I do feel like the conversation of this could go better than you were expecting. But I do feel like ultimately some of you are going to fully cut it off. Some of you may take the negotiation and compromise. But this is what I have here for you, my beautiful, wonderful, amazing Pisces. Thank you for being here and for watching. And this is your channel. Do not forget to subscribe and ring the bell. And I'll talk to all of y'all very, very soon. Bye now, Pisces.